Greetings and welcome to Growth Hacking Secrets. I'm your host, Mohammed Siddique from Atlanta, Georgia, and the co-author of New Success Secrets available on Amazon. On this episode, we have a special guest, Kathryn Goetzke. Kathryn is an author, podcast host, founder, chief mood officer, and strategist. Please join me to give a warm welcome to our guest, Kathryn Goetzke. Kathryn, welcome.
Hello, so good to be here.
Thank you so much. Let me start with this. Where were you? What happened? Who you were surrounded with that inspired you to do what you do today?
Yeah, thanks for that question. So I was 18 years old and a freshman in college and lost my dad to suicide. He died by suicide when I was only 18. So I then had my own attempt in my early 20s, much to my surprise, but continued on, got a master's in business, worked for big companies, and eventually launched my own brand, the Mood Lights through the Mood Factory. And I ended up selling about 9 million of them. At the time I launched my brand, I started a nonprofit as well to honor him. And I worked to teach others around the world how to rebrand mental health in a positive way, which eventually led me to hope. And teaching hope as a skill, we created the first global free program to teach the how-to of hope. So depression led me to hope, and I'm excited to be here and share more about that.
Wonderful. What are the top 3 mistakes to avoid?
Focusing on the feelings of what is, where you are in the moment. So if you focus on, I feel horrible, I don't have money, you got to focus on where you want to be. That's the number one thing. Internalizing failure is the second thing. So if you fail at something, you're not a failure, I'm not a failure, but a process failed. So learning how to deconstruct your processes every time you fail and not internalize that is really, really key to success. And then trying to control and push everything forward. So we're taught we have to pursue, go after, and oftentimes surrendering. The Surrender Experiment by Michael Singer is an amazing book. Learning how to actively surrender and allow things to happen is really important too.
What is your greatest failure story? What did you learn and how did you recover from it?
Well, I was very bright-eyed, bushy-tailed when I launched my Mood Lights product line and went over to China and ordered hundreds of thousands of light bulbs and thought I'm going to get in every retail immediately. And I remember, got a warehouse, got all of these light bulbs in, and I think it took me 4 years to get through my first round of order, which was very surprising. So things often take longer than we think. So that was a very humbling experience. I eventually went on to sell 9 million products. So very exciting, but getting new products off the ground is definitely not as easy as we might think.
How did you recover from that?
I just kept, pursuing, and then I got some consulting work on the side to kind of supplement and support what I was doing, and just continued at it. So not giving up. My persistence eventually paid off. Just took longer.
What are your top 3 success secrets that others can model from?
Well, staying present, I think, is really important. So staying in the present moment. I got sober 16 years ago, and that really helped in my ability to stay present and grounded and centered. Meditating during times that I feel least inspired to meditate is very important as well for kind of centering the spirit and mind. And then also learning from others, but yet adding your own unique spin. And listening to what they say, but also following your own gut and intuition is so important.
We are about to start a lightning round. That means quick question and quick answer. Are you ready?
Yes, ready.
Okay. What are you grateful for today?
I'm grateful for being here today and talking to you and sharing the work on hope and hopefully activating hope in other people.
How young are you?
49.
So, Kathryn, you are not 49. You are 18 years old with 31 years experience.
Yes, I love that. That's great.
What do you want to do when you grow up?
I want to have a mood app and a sensory engaging product lines, empower people to be intentional about the state they choose and know that hope is being taught around the world free.
How do you overcome a challenge life throws at you?
I experience my emotions and stop running from them. So I experience things as they are and learn from them.
How do you start your day?
With a smile, gratitude, and coffee.
What is the advice you will give to younger yourself?
Not to run from feelings, but to experience them. The feelings themselves don't kill you. It's the running from them that do.
Once you have a revenue-generating idea, how do you convince your significant other?
Yeah, so I don't know why you need to convince your other. You go for it. Do what you're called to do.
What is the impactful book you have read, and what did you learn from it?
So the Surrender Experiment is my favorite, but another one is The Untethered Soul by Michael Singer. How to learn to control that voice that's inside your head and to be an observer and not let it dictate your life.
I understand you're author yourself. I like to show you, to give you the opportunity to show your book and why someone should read that book and what they will learn from this.
Yes, I have a number of books out there, but this was my most exciting one. It's called Hopeful Minds.
Yeah, let me say, you can, if you have multiple books, you can show multiple. However, talk one book at a time. Yeah.
Okay. This is Hopeful Minds. It's a deep dive educator guide. It teaches kids the how-to of hope, how to get out of hopelessness, which is both despair and helplessness, and how to get to positive feelings and inspired action. It's free. You can download it, hopefulminds.org, and you can teach anyone the how-to of hope. So that is, I'm most passionate about that. I think by teaching children too, we learn so much.
Do you like to show the second book too?
Yeah, that's okay. I mean, I have The Biggest Little Book About Hope and some other ones, but I'm really passionate about teaching young kids. I think it's really, and it's free. You can download it on our website.
Why being impactful is important to you?
You know, I like to let people learn from my own mistakes, and I lost my dad again to suicide. Hopelessness is the single consistent predictor of suicide, and hopelessness is both despair and feelings of a sense of helplessness. And so it's important to me to teach people how to get out of despair and how to get out of helplessness to take action. So it's real. No one ever should think of suicide as an option or believe that's their only option. And it's important for me to teach the how-to of hope to really address that.
Who is your mentor and what's the impact?
So my mentor is Dr. Myron Belfer. He's a Harvard catalyst and a genius, and he has just really supported the work on hope and helped bring an academic perspective. He's very pragmatic, and he's just really amplified our work on hope globally. And I am forever just grateful for all of his leadership and mentorship.
What do you want to be remembered for?
Teaching the how-to of hope, and making hope a human right so that it's free and available to all. And sunflowers. I love sunflowers.
Who is your ideal client?
So my ideal client is anyone that wants to be more intentional about their mood states.
How can we support you?
So if you know of any investors that want to get involved in the Mood Factory, we're working on an app, and again, we're going to reintroduce a scent line based on smells affect your moods. And please spread the word of hope. You can operationalize hope in your city. We have a free 10-day hope challenge. We have curriculums for young kids. There is no reason anyone should feel hopeless or be hopeless. But yeah, we need to teach them how to get from hopelessness to hope.
We are about to wrap up. I'd like to have your few words about your today's guest experience on the show. And here is my question. What would you say about your today's guest experience on the show?
Oh, it's been really great. It's been a good time for reflection on my life and what's kind of happened and what's inspired me and what I've learned. And so it's been really wonderful to share with all of you.
What would you say as a final word?
There's never a reason to give up. So there's always a way to go from hopelessness to hope.
Thank you so much, Kathryn, for sharing your wisdom with us today on the behalf of Growth Hacking Secrets community and our entire team. We really appreciate you. This is Mohammed Siddique signing off from Atlanta, Georgia. Until the next episode, all good wishes.